So when Gary Vee says to win on social media today, you need another level of rigor, just sitting down and having a random 2-hour conversation is cool for your diehard audience. But Diary of a CEO is split testing 100 thumbnails and trimming the fluff and optimizing the beginning and like thinking about the viewer audience retention through the entire episode. It's a whole different level of rigor. And it turns out that those that are winning on YouTube today are just putting in the time and they're playing the game at a different level. I actually do not think that this is inaccessible for your average person. I just think the average person has to count the cost if they're willing to do the work, because competition is highest on YouTube for lazy content, but you only have to get in the top 10% of content. 90% of people are just going to sit down and like start a podcast, record for an hour, turn it off, upload it, lazy title, and wonder why they don't get views. And if you go into the 10%, it's just you go in with an extra level, and you is the stuff you were doing. It'd be coming back to that, but you don't have to do it. You delegate it. Like, who is architecting hooks, titles, angles? And then once it's all done too, by the way, but a really great editor could turn it into magic. If that person's not just sitting there like cutting out the ums and trimming the ends, they're an artist themselves, maybe orienting what questions should be in there, thinking about the viewer, time codes and chapters, breaking down the sections, thinking about how those are worded and really packaging it. You could even get a host. Like that host could then take your conversations where you just want to talk real and raw. And once it's done, they're like, in today's episode, maybe they've got world-class energy. They give an agenda. Our hook formula for YouTube is grab attention, set your authority, and set the agenda. So it's attention, authority, and agenda. You have to get attention. That's the trailer, the opening quote. What's the first sentence of the video? The opening lines. Create a couple open loops. Create some reasons in a world that's very busy of why am I going to stop and watch this in 2026? When I got so many other things to watch and I've watched a lot of things before, what are you going to say in the beginning of your video that's going to let people know there actually is fresh information in this is new, and this video is worth watching? There's a lot you want to get when you get attention. In every single video, you need to establish authority because there's cognitive dissonance. If you want to reach new people, they don't know why they should trust you. And there might be a lot of visual cues that immediately is like, oh man, was just another entrepreneur, bro. Even very shortly, but you being able to drop, if you want authority in a real estate room, you drop real estate math, you drop real estate numbers that you've hit. If you wanted authority in a content room, if you had a video on content, you might say, I'm like, I can relate. This is you talking in your hook. And, and I get it. I struggled for years trying to create content. But then once I really figured it out, I was able to generate 1 billion views. And I intentionally bridging and correcting the cognitive dissonance that happens in authority. It might be 1, 2, 3 sentences. And then setting the agenda. If it's going to be an hour-long podcast, here's what's coming up, and this is an open loop.